I'm in an Indian village called Bijolia, and the reason why I'm here is because this region is home to some of the oldest and some of the biggest cave paintings in India. It stretches across 25 miles, and there's about 400 cave paintings that have been discovered so far, but there could be a lot more. The thing is, though, that nobody knows the exact location. There's not much information available online. I just know that it's in this general area. I'm here to see if I can find those caves. It's going to be really interesting to see something that was made 20,000 years ago, and it was the first ever written form of communication, I guess you could call it, because there was nothing before that. Let's see if you can find it. And this place is so vast. I don't know where I'm going to find these caves. I've been walking around for a while. I don't think I'm close to anything. And the people here, they don't speak the language, so I'm not sure I don't understand what they're saying, and they don't understand what I'm saying. This road's pretty nice, though. So I don't know. I see people out there in the distance, but it doesn't work when you don't speak the language. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna find this in this land. It's just a vast open desert, like as far as the eye can see. Hope I don't get lost, because there's no real way to tell. There's no path or anything. I'm just trying to instinctually find a place that's going to be closer to a river. I think there's a river down here. It's all dried up right now, but I think that we might be able to see something down here. I think this looks like a little path. There's some tire tracks. There's nobody around. This might be a fail because I don't like my chances of just randomly running into a 20,000-year-old cave painting. Looks like the ground's been dug up over here. There's probably all kinds of animals, snakes, and whatever other scorpions, and whatever else you find in the desert. I think it's over there where I see. Oh, gotta stay away from those trees. Look at those thorns on this tree. Oh man, this is pretty shady. I'm just aimlessly wandering, hoping to find a 20,000-year-old cave painting. But the more I look and the more I walk, the more impossible it seems to just run into something like that. I don't even see any caves, so I don't know. I hope I don't lose my bearings. I gotta remember where I came from, because I need to go back to where I came from. Wow, this just keeps going and going, and I could just keep walking and not find anything at all. It's so crazy that because they don't speak the language, people don't understand. They understand painting, and they're trying to direct me towards a painter shop. I'm like, I don't want to get my house painted, dude. I'm looking for a cave art, but they don't get it. And I don't know how to explain it to them.
ये इधर जाना आगे पेंटर हो
अच्छा
पेंटर ये करते हैं शांत पत्थर.
They're like, oh, that painter, he also paints rocks. Oh, you want some rocks painted? Because I was showing this guy this photos of cave paintings, and he's like, oh, so you want to get rocks painted? You can go contact that painter, and he could do it for you. I'm like, no, dude. I wonder why these are stacked like that. I guess it could be marking the property. It's like private property or something. Oh, maybe there's something down there. Okay. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm sure there's a water body here, because there were signs back there on the road saying that there might be streams. If the streams are more than 15 centimeters, don't go, don't cross, and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let's see what we find here, because it looks like there's a drop and it might be a river, a dried up river. I don't expect there to be any water, but these cave paintings, they're mostly found near rivers, because that's where the people, the ancient civilizations, used to live around water bodies, you know, during the Stone Age. It is so crazy how old or how long ago all this was. 20,000 years, that's like unimaginable for us. We like to think, oh, we know 20,000. Yeah, I know 20,000. I know that number. But no, you have no idea how long 20,000 years is. Okay. I think we're making some progress in terms of finding a... I think this looks like it could have been a river. There's signs of water. So this was some kind of a waterfall or a river. I guess when it rains, it fills up. So maybe. Yeah, this definitely looks like somewhere people would live back in the day, like back in the day, by back in the day I mean 20,000 years ago. Man, if I just randomly stumble upon some ancient cave paintings, I'll be so stoked. That would be badass if I did. I also got to keep an eye out for any wild animals or crazy people, because there are some tribes that live around here, you know, and they still live like they used to, or they have been living for hundreds of thousands of years. Monsoon's about to start, so maybe this place will flood up in a while. If there aren't any cave paintings here, it's probably going to be around here somewhere. Come on. Lead me to it. Look at that, there are probably snakes and stuff under there. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. No, I don't see anything here. I think this is the river part. Yeah, you could see some of the water streaks. So, maybe the water goes down here, downhill. Maybe up there. There might be something up here. Oh man, I am sweating bullets. I know the chances of finding something are pretty low, but my hopes are a little high because of this place and what it looks like. Maybe here somewhere. Look at this little rock, how it's been carved by the water. So there's obviously a ton of water that flows through here. But look at this view though. I mean, I could just imagine some Stone Age man walking around here in this exact place, hunting. It's probably a perfect shelter for hyenas or whatever other kind of animals. Jackals, foxes. Now, I need to remember where I came from. I don't want to get lost. Wow, so this whole thing is a huge river from all the way up there to all the way down there. This is a massive river. It's obviously dried up. But wow. Oh, we have some remains. Probably a cow, I think. I think it was a cow. Look at that. The bones scattered all over. Oh, there's some silverware. Maybe someone's performing some crazy rituals out here. Who knows? Who knows what people are up to? Could be watching me right now. I could be in some sort of a hills have eyes kind of situation. Let's hope not. Don't want no Indian hillbillies kidnapping me and harvesting my organs. Like I said, I would have been incredibly lucky to have found something if I did, because I'm just wandering aimlessly. I don't even know exactly where. There's no location or anything for it. There's no information online, nothing. But it was definitely worth a try. That's too bad. Man. I'd have been so happy if I had found something, even a little bit of something. I wish the people here could understand what I was trying to ask them, because I'm sure the locals would know the location for some of those cave paintings, because there's so many. I think so far it's been like 400 paintings spread over 25 miles that have been discovered, or something like that, something crazy like that. But ooh, man, it's tiring. No luck with the cave paintings. But you know, this is definitely the region where there's a ton of them, but there's just not enough of them for you to randomly stumble over some, you know, or at least not in this area and the other areas that I've walked around. Okay, let me see if I can find my way back, because I have no idea which direction I came from. I'm just winging it. I could be on another planet right now, except signs of human activity. Not my day today for discovering ancient lost murals across a riverbed. Man, I was so sure when I saw that it was a riverbed. I was sure that I would spot at least something. If I'm being chased by hyenas or jackals, let me know. Things don't always work out when you're trying to find stuff on your own in limited time in a vast open desert. But hey, it was fun hiking through the hot Thar desert here in Rajasthan. So we'll take that as a victory. Look at the road I had to take to get here. This is day 2. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna find those cave paintings no matter what. So yesterday was a fail. I tried to scout around by myself, aimlessly wandering, and I thought I could just run into some cave paintings, but that wasn't the case. So today I'm back with a guide. I have the person who actually discovered these caves. There was about 300-400 caves, and the man who discovered them is known by the name Mr. Kukki. And I'm here with Mr. Kukki. He's up ahead. I don't know if you could see him, he's quite far up ahead. But Mr. Kukki's gonna give me a tour and bring me to one of these sites that have the actual cave painting. So I don't think I would have ever been able to find them by myself, especially in a place like this. So it looks like we're approaching some village. It's like a local little village in the middle of nowhere. Where's Mr. Kukki? Okay, here he is. Before we proceeded to the prehistoric caves, we stopped at this little house in the village. Mr. Kukki had brought some snacks for this family as a gift. We wanted to let them know that we're going to the caves because according to Mr. Kukki, it isn't a good idea to just be walking around the desert without the knowledge of the villagers, as they were not very fond of strangers walking around near their village. Mr. Kukki had previously been confronted by unfriendly villagers for exploring the area where he was still discovering some of these caves. The village family was incredibly nice to us. They made us some delicious milk tea and let us rest in the shade before we started our hike through the desert. We then began our journey to the caves, which was about 40 minutes away from the village. The uneven rocky terrain made the hike even more difficult, and the scorching sun beaming down on us was not helping at all. Thankfully, it was a little windy, and the air cooled down a bit as it filtered through the trees in the forest. I was determined to see these caves, so I wasn't going to let anything stop me from reaching my goal. Look at this water. Even though it's the summer and most of the rivers are dried up, but there's still a little bit of water here. And you can see that the rocks here form natural caves that the people, the prehistoric humans, would take shelter in. And look at all these buffaloes, curious about what I'm doing here with the camera. There could be snakes and stuff here, so I have to be careful. But just imagine this is where the prehistoric people, this is where they would sit down and probably sleep under the shelter here. Wow. So when the monsoon season starts, you can't really be here because this river is gushing with water. Right now it's pretty much dried up. And you see these rock formations in the river. This is definitely the craziest place I've ever been to. Check out this water. What are those? And there's all kinds of animals in these jungles too. The Mr. Kukki said, apart from tigers, you've got everything here. We're at one of the caves, so let's go and check it out. I'm excited. Let's see. Natural steps going up. Oh my God. Look at all this. Whoa. These are 20,000 years old. And I'm touching them. Wow. Oh my God. Look at these. Wow. So this is where they used to sit and draw these on the walls. I'm sitting right where the ancient people would sit and draw these. That is crazy. I think that's a cow or a bull. This might be the people. It's like an antelope. And there's so many there. I don't know how they made those. Wow. Most of them are made with this red dye. It's just made with clay ochre. There's like all kinds of animals. Mostly cows and buffaloes. And some people. This is absolutely crazy to think how old this is. That's some kind of a turtle or something, I think. I wonder if they had any idea how long all of this would last. This 20,000 years. That is crazy. These are some of the first types of written communication that human beings ever created. There was no language, no written language to document anything except these drawings and paintings that have stood the test of time. I wonder what the person who made this looked like when he was sitting right here and drawing these intricate paintings. The more you look, closer you look, you see a lot more. You see there's a person right here, probably holding a bow of some kind, going on a hunt. There's another person here on top of this, whatever that is. And here's your little buffalo or cow. And then you have some pattern. This is crazy. Just touching it. Just touching this feels incredible. This really feels like a dream right now. This is absolutely insane. It was so worth it. Look at this pattern right here. I wonder what the meaning behind it was. Maybe it's some spiritual thing. Here's a little pot. That's crazy. It looks like some kind of a dragon. Can you imagine how heavy this rock is? If this were to shift and fall, it would never find a trace of me. Wow. This is where they hung out. These are their houses. And that's the view that they had out there. This river will be flowing just in a few weeks from now. It'll start monsoon season. And then this river will be completely flooded. It will probably be inaccessible. This is the view that they had every day. The hunter-gatherers. The men went out and hunted. The women stayed back, gathering supplies, cooking, taking care of their caves. And you can see why they've lasted so long. One of the reasons is because it's protected. I guess the only kind of element is a little bit of wind and maybe the water that trickles down. You can see some of the water trickles down and hits them. Here's some more. I don't even know what that is. Wow, so they just stood here decorating, painting away, decorating their homes like we do now. That's how much we have common with them. We're still decorating our houses in different ways. And this is how they did it. Look at this. Oh, there's a bat there. I wonder what these are, how they formed. They're like 4 spheres carved into the rock. No idea how that formed. This is where the whole families of ancient men lived. This was their entire house, and that was the ancient art gallery. That is pretty cool. It's definitely the coolest thing I've seen ever. And just being able to touch these ancient relics, it's just an unimaginable experience. I was gonna give up yesterday, but here we are, right by the caves. I just can't stop looking at them. It's just so fascinating. So this river, as far as you can see, it completely gets filled with water. This is a riverbed going all the way up to that valley over there. Like, you can't really come here when the water is at its peak. This place becomes inaccessible. The only way, Mr. Kukki said, the only way to come here is through somewhere there where you can climb down into these caves. I think that's what they did. So the whole wall is like a little timestamp for different periods. There's different artworks from different periods. And it's just not one, it's just over time people have came here and lived here, different groups of people that have created those artworks. All right, this is another cave right here. I think there's natural steps making it easy for you to climb. Might be a little tricky. There's thorns on these plants. Whoa. Okay. There's some more paintings here, I think. Wow, check this out, guys. Look at this. These are so old. That's a human figure. Obviously some modern writing on top of it. But that is crazy. I don't think this one's that old, but this one right here, You can kind of tell by the quality of the paint how old it is. There's another person here. There's one person there. Wow. And this is the view. Man, with the wind, it is so much cooler here with the wind. I can't believe I'm standing right here. This is where people 20,000 years ago used to hang out. There's some more up there. Look at that. Some animals. I don't know how they climbed up there and did that, but that's some kind of a weird turtle looking thing. Who knows? Look at that. There's a family on that rock right there. I guess they would climb up these rocks, sit over there, and then they would have drawn that. Here we are, 20,000 years later, and these paintings are still visible. They're still prominent, and they still dictate the story of these ancient caves, these rocks and these caves that have been here for hundreds of thousands of years and have sheltered our ancestors, ancient humans, from the Stone Age. And here we are now. They're still standing strong. So we're in one of the caves here, and this is Mr. Kukki. He's the man who discovered all these caves that I was telling you about. All the 400 caves that are stretched across 40 kilometers. This man discovered by himself. He's been spending all his life trying to stick out for these caves, trying to preserve them, conserve them. And you can probably hear there's some rock crushing going on. There are people trying to destroy these caves, as we saw earlier. But this man has been trying to stop it and conserve it. And if it wasn't for him, we would never know about these caves or that they ever existed. So I'll put all his information in the description, his website, cookiesworld.com. And if you ever come to Bundi, you definitely have to meet this man. He's a great guy. He'll bring you to these amazing locations. They feel like another planet. You have to do this. I mean, I'm telling you.
मेरा नाम ओम प्रकाश शर्मा है, nickname Kukki. Today I'm very happy, but very hot. But hot is not problem. Outside is hot, very hot. Inside is cold, and because some prehistoric man bless here on our head.
Yes.
So I'm happy. Look the rock art.
Look at this. Is this not the most incredible pond or lake that you've ever seen? I have never ever seen anything like this or been in a place like this ever in my life. This is the first time. Look at that waterfall over there. That is incredible. I've never seen anything like this before. And there's just so many shelters, so many different caves. All right, so we finally did it. We came and we saw the caves. I almost gave up yesterday when I couldn't find the caves, but here we are. I finally did it. I'm so happy. It took me 2 days, but I did it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.